Now to the latest in Sulphur, where at least, as we said, one person died.
That's right. We have team coverage there this morning. We're going to start with our Lacey Swope, who joins us live from Sulphur. Lacey, 30 tornadoes in the state over about 15 hours on Saturday, and the damage is extensive.
Good morning, guys. The damage is extensive, and it's really hard to fathom, and seeing it in person, it just breaks your heart. Now, we've been driving around since our last hit at 5 a.m. through Sulphur, and they have virtually every residential street blocked off. Any of the areas that were hit by the tornado from Saturday night, they're not even letting residents in. So I can tell you what we've seen with metal thrown into the trees. As you would expect, insulation everywhere where there are trees. There are places where the trees are broken in half, and now we're in the downtown area at a different location, and you can see behind me the wall of this building came off, the cinder blocks thrown for about 50 yards behind me, and this was a very well-made structure that is still standing, but there are other buildings that we know in downtown did collapse. We know that bar did collapse, and that's not too far from me here. We just aren't allowed back in there. You can hear the beeping, the sirens still going off. It's an eerie sound to hear. You can hear it when you're driving and pulling up to downtown. Most of the town, of course, in the dark, no electricity, and I'll tell you, the weather this morning, a little on the eerie side. It's completely calm because they had 8 inches of rain over the weekend and all the flooding, which, by the way, really put a damper on search and rescue efforts because they had severe weather hit after that first tornado. There's a lot of fog this morning as well. And so let me show you some of the video of the downtown area. We're not allowed in there this morning, but let me show you from Jim Gardner. This is video of what happened when that EF3 tornado hit. That tornado came through from the south side of town. It lifted to the north and went to the northeast, or the northwest actually. And then after that tornado, another storm system that was producing the tornado, the one that hit Ardmore, came up and actually sparked warnings for this same area. So while crews were out trying to help residents, trying to save lives, they were having to seek shelter. The third storm system, the one that dropped the tornado in Marietta, that also came up towards Sulphur. More tornado warnings later in the night. We know we had tornadoes that trained over the same area. Lake Murray was hit twice with tornadoes as well. This is just one of so many scenes. Let me show you the picture, if we can, guys, of what the downtown area looks like, kind of the before and after. That's a staggering shot for sure. And these buildings have been here since around statehood, some of them, and they will just never be the same. The residential areas will absolutely break your heart, but again, we're just not able to bring you those shots right now. And then let me show you too, if we can come back out, kind of just a broader shot. Maybe we can show some of these trees. I mean, the sun isn't up yet, and in our photographer Jorge, he's got everything set up, but these trees are broken off, they're snapped off, power lines are down, and just off of the horizon is more of downtown. We're on Broadway right now, but more of downtown, and I can see behind me buildings with no roofs and buildings that just have interior walls left. So we'll have much more of the damage. I do want to tell you though, this was an EF3, but that rating could go up with that winds 135 to 165 miles per hour. That's the rating for an EF3. That could go up to an EF4 category. That is possible as crews still survey damage. But guys, as we send it back to you at the news desk, crews are surveying damage while they were still, the National Weather Service, while they were still having to issue tornado warnings yesterday. So very, very busy across the state, and your heart just breaks for the residents here and for the folks where they've lost their livelihood in many areas. And unfortunately, we have lost some Oklahomans. Back to you.
Lacey, good job just kind of helping us understand what's going on there. You know, Sulphur's kind of like a gem in Oklahoma. I mean, this small community of about 5,000. Lacey, I mean, sometimes when you're looking at things, we were just talking like you don't even comprehend what was standing there just a couple of days ago.
Robin, that's an excellent point, because what I'm doing is I'm pulling up Google Earth and trying to pinpoint based on our GPS location of what these buildings are. And I'm telling you, it's nearly impossible. Now, residents who are very familiar with this area can tell you, but for me, trying to figure out what this structure was right over here, or what this structure is back here, or the one that's beeping, it's very difficult because there's structures down in front of them, and I'm not entirely sure. And I think it's so sad for the folks that have their homes have been hit, because they come back into their neighborhoods and it's hard to figure out where the home that they live in is. That's what we're seeing. And we just drove over into the western sides of town, and when we can bring you those images, we will. But it's unrecognizable, Robin.
All right, Lacey, there anything else you want our viewers to know there from Sulphur this morning, Lacey?
This area needs help. I know you guys are talking about some GoFundMes that have been set up and ways that folks can donate. And when I show you these images, we do that so we can bring awareness of how bad our fellow Oklahomans are hurting and what they're going through. And I just know that Oklahomans have a giving heart, and when things happen, everyone comes together. Sulphur is one of a number of communities, and we're going to be moving around. I know we're covering other areas across the state that just need your help. They need your thoughts and prayers, and a lot of folks are going to need help cleaning up.
Lacey Swope in Sulphur. Lacey, thank you. And